I thought I got a great deal until I saw the final paperwork. Those were the exact words from Mike, who ended up paying $4,300 more than the advertised price on his new SUV. The salesman had buried fees in the contract that were never discussed. Today, I'm revealing all 17 dealership tricks that turn your great deal into a financial nightmare. Number 12 on our list is so deceptive it should be illegal, yet 87% of buyers miss it completely. And you probably would too. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Extended warranty scams. When that finance manager pulls you into their office, they're ready to make their biggest profit. Did you know dealerships make up to 1,000% profit on extended warranties? A $2,000 warranty often costs them just $200, but they present it as essential protection for your new purchase. What they won't tell you is that most new cars already come with comprehensive manufacturer warranties covering major mechanical issues for years. The timing is no accident. They push these warranties after you've settled on the car price, when you're mentally exhausted and more likely to agree to additional costs. Dealer add-on fees. So you've negotiated hard for hours and finally agreed on a price. You're feeling good until the final paperwork appears with mysterious charges like dealer prep and advertising fees, adding hundreds or thousands to your bill. These fees use official-sounding names like destination charges or processing fees to seem legitimate and non-negotiable. The truth? Many are completely made up. Dealers create them purely to boost profits after you're emotionally invested in the purchase. To protect yourself, always request an itemized breakdown of all fees before agreeing to purchase anything, and be ready to challenge every fee that wasn't disclosed when you first started negotiating. Low monthly payment tricks. Just $299 a month. The number catches your eye, seems affordable. But look closer at the fine print. You'll be making those payments for 84 months. That's 7 years of your life. Car dealers focus on monthly payments instead of total cost because they know most buyers shop with a specific monthly budget in mind. By stretching loans to 72 or 84 months, they sell you more expensive cars while keeping payments deceptively low. Most people keep cars for only 6 years, meaning with an 84-month loan, you could still be paying for a vehicle you don't even own anymore. Mandatory VIN etching charges. Ever notice that $300 charge for VIN etching on your paperwork? This supposed security feature etches your vehicle ID number onto your windows. The dealer claims it's necessary for theft protection and required by insurance companies. Here's what they hide. VIN etching costs dealers less than $25 to perform and is completely optional. The markup is staggering, often 1,000% or more for a service that takes minutes and offers minimal security benefit. The deception gets worse when dealers present it as already completed and mandatory. In reality, you can decline it entirely or do it yourself with a $20 kit from Amazon. Rust-proofing and paint protection upsells. This special coating will protect your car's paint for life. The salesperson says this while charging you $1,200 for what's essentially a glorified wax job. What they don't mention is that modern vehicles already come with factory-applied rust protection and paint sealants far superior to anything they apply afterward. The profit margins are astronomical. A $1,000 paint protection package often costs the dealer less than $100 to apply, making it one of their most profitable add-ons. If you truly want additional protection, independent detailers offer ceramic coatings and paint protection films that provide actual value at lower prices than dealer markups. Lowball trade-in offers. Your car is worth $12,000 according to Kelley Blue Book, but the dealer offers just $8,000 as a trade-in. This massive undervaluation is no accident. Dealers use a clever psychological trick. They make the trade-in seem completely separate from your new car purchase, when it's really all one transaction. Most buyers exhaust their negotiation energy on the new car price, leaving thousands on the table with their trade-in. Always get your trade-in valued independently through services like Carvana, CarMax, or KBB's Instant Cash Offer before visiting a dealership. This gives you real leverage and a minimum acceptable amount. High interest rates despite good credit. You have a 750 credit score, but somehow the dealer says you only qualify for a 7% interest rate. The truth? Dealers regularly mark up the interest rates offered by banks and pocket the difference as profit. It's called interest rate markup, or dealer reserve. This markup typically ranges from 1 to 3 percentage points. On a $30,000 car loan over 60 months, you could pay an extra $1,500 to $4,500 for absolutely nothing. The most deceptive part? Dealers never disclose they're marking up your rate. They simply present it as the best rate you qualify for based on your credit. Market adjustment, dealer markups. You've researched the MSRP of your dream car at $35,000, but at the dealership, there's a $5,000 market adjustment added to the price tag. These markups appear most commonly on popular or limited production vehicles, with dealers claiming supply and demand justifies charging above the manufacturer's suggested price. What's particularly frustrating is that these markups provide absolutely zero additional value. You're paying thousands extra for exactly the same vehicle you could get elsewhere at MSRP. Manufacturers generally disapprove of these practices but have limited power to stop them, as franchise laws protect dealers' right to set their own prices. Bait-and-switch advertising. Brand new SUV, only $199 a month. The ad promises, but at the dealership, that vehicle is just sold or suddenly has additional features not mentioned in the ad. This classic bait and switch uses unrealistically low prices to get you in the door. The fine print tells the real story. These deals often require $5,000 plus down payments, apply only to stripped-down base models, or are limited to one vehicle at this price, which mysteriously sold earlier that day. Protect yourself by calling ahead to confirm advertised vehicles are actually available, getting details in writing before visiting, and being ready to walk away when the deal suddenly changes. Hidden documentation fees. You've spent hours negotiating the perfect price, only to find a mysterious $699 documentation fee added to your final paperwork. This official-sounding charge is mostly pure profit for the dealer. These doc fees supposedly cover paperwork processing costs, but dealers spend less than $100 on the actual administrative work. What's shocking is how wildly these fees vary, from $85 to over $1,000 depending on the dealership and state, with no relation to the actual work involved. Dealers insist these fees are mandatory and non-negotiable. That's rarely true. While California caps doc fees at $85, most states let dealers charge whatever they want. If you can't get the fee reduced, demand an equivalent discount on the vehicle price instead. Early lease termination penalties. Leasing gives you flexibility, the salesperson claims. But the reality is, you're entering a financial prison if your situation changes. Early termination penalties are designed to recoup the entire remaining lease value, making it cheaper to keep paying for a car you don't want anymore. These penalties include all remaining payments plus additional fees totaling thousands of dollars. What makes this trap devastating is how normal life changes like losing your job, moving to a new city, or having a baby can make your leased vehicle impractical. Yet escaping costs nearly as much as staying. Before leasing, Read the termination clause carefully and ask for specific examples of costs at different points in the lease. Mileage overcharges on leases. The standard 10,000-mile annual lease limit sounds reasonable until you realize the average American drives 13,500 miles per year. This mismatch is no accident. Dealers deliberately set low mileage limits knowing many drivers will exceed them, creating a profit center through excessive overage charges. These charges typically range from 15 cents to 30 cents per mile over the limit. Exceeding your lease by just 3,000 miles annually could cost you an extra $2,700 at lease end. Always calculate your actual driving needs before leasing and negotiate more miles into the original lease at $0.05 to $0.10 per mile. Balloon payment loans. Drive a luxury car for just $399 a month. Sounds amazing until you discover the $15,000 balloon payment due at the end of the loan term. Balloon payment loans artificially lower your monthly payments by pushing a large portion of the principal to one final massive payment. These loans create a dangerous financial trap. When the balloon payment comes due, many buyers can't afford it and must refinance at higher rates or surrender the vehicle they thought they owned. The numbers tell the story. On a $40,000 vehicle, a balloon loan might require 60 payments of $450 followed by a final payment of $20,000, compared to a conventional loan payment of $750 monthly with no balloon. Always calculate the total cost, including the balloon payment, before signing. Hidden fees in zero-down deals. No money down. Sounds perfect until you realize you're still paying $3,000 in upfront costs that have simply been renamed. These supposedly zero-down deals roll traditional down payment costs into the loan or disguise them as mandatory fees with names like acquisition fee, capital reduction fee, or inception payment. The financial impact is significant. These hidden upfront costs increase your loan amount and subject these fees to interest charges over the entire loan term. The numbers add up quickly. A typical zero-down lease still requires $2,500 to $4,000 upfront, when including first month's payment, security deposit, acquisition fee, documentation fee, and registration. Always ask for a complete breakdown of all costs due at signing, regardless of what they're called. Forced bundled packages. This car comes with our protection package already installed, the salesperson explains, pointing to alarm systems, window tint, and paint protection that add $2,000 to your price. Dealers strategically pre-install these packages on popular models, claiming they can't be removed and that all their vehicles come this way. Both claims are typically false. These bundled packages include items with massive markups. A $200 alarm system, $100 window tint, and $150 paint protection suddenly cost $2,000 simply because they're already installed. The deception works because dealers present these additions as factory-installed or mandatory, when they're actually dealer add-ons that could be removed from the negotiation. Always clarify which features are factory options versus dealer additions. Certified pre-owned inspection shortcuts. That 172-point inspection on your certified pre-owned vehicle sounds thorough, but the reality often disappoints. Many dealers rush through inspection checklists, marking items as passed without actual testing, using loopholes to avoid costly repairs. The certification process should catch significant issues, yet investigations reveal CPO vehicles with accident damage, flood damage, and major mechanical problems that inspectors missed entirely. What's concerning is buyers pay $1,500 to $3,000 extra for CPO vehicles specifically because they trust this inspection process. Consumer Reports discovered 28% of CPO vehicles they investigated had open recalls or undisclosed damage that should have disqualified them from certification programs. Protect yourself by running an independent vehicle history report, getting a pre-purchase inspection from a third-party mechanic, and verifying that all points on the inspection checklist were actually addressed before paying that CPO premium. Yo-yo financing. You drive home in your new car with approved financing, only to get that call a week later. There's a problem with your loan. You need to return and sign new paperwork. This yo-yo financing trick lets you take delivery before financing is actually finalized. Then they call claiming your original terms fell through, now requiring higher rates or more money down. Dealers understand psychology. Once you've driven that car home, shown it to everyone, and started using it daily, you're emotionally committed and unlikely to return it even when terms worsen. The financial damage is severe. Interest rates typically jump 3 to 7 percentage points, potentially costing thousands more over the loan. Always refuse delivery until financing is confirmed in writing from the actual lender, not just the dealer. Conclusion. The car buying process is designed to extract maximum profit while keeping you in the dark. Every tactic we've covered is engineered to separate you from your money. One wrong move can cost thousands in unnecessary expenses. Your best defense is preparation. Research vehicle prices thoroughly before stepping onto the lot. Get your financing pre-approved from outside lenders. Know your trade-in's actual value through independent sources. Most importantly, be willing to walk away the moment something feels off. Visit multiple dealerships to compare offers and get every promise in writing. The dealer needs your business more than you need that specific car.